Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, welcome from all across the world to the gift of receiving. This is an energetic exercise that I'm doing for free as my gift to you to hopefully give you a different perspective on one of the aspects energetically of what you be. Now, because this is an energy exercise, I apologize for my very atmospheric lighting. I'm in a hotel room in Croatia and the setup is amateur at best. So, because this is an energetic exercise, what I would love you to do is wherever you are, just get comfortable. Get comfortable and take a really big, deep breath. Allow yourself to breathe right down into your stomach and breathe right down so that you really get present with where you are in the world. Where are you in your house or your car or if you're in bed? And just turn your attention to be wherever it is that you are. And what is around you right now? What can you see? What can you hear? What can you smell? What can you taste? What can you feel? Turn your attention to all those things so that even me tuning into me here is just one of the stimulus around you. But your only job right now is to just be really present. The volume is very soft, they're saying. Hang on, let me see if I can adjust my settings here. 2 seconds. Oh, my volume's looking pretty good.
You sound fine to me, Chris.
Okay, good. All right. So, being really present with where you are and allowing yourself to just take a deep breath in. Energetically, I'd like you to allow your barriers, all of those walls that you've got around you, to just drop. And now, I'd like you to reach out across the galaxy, across the universe, across whatever space that you're willing to be aware of. That might be 1 meter in front of you, and it might be 100,000 kilometers in all directions. Whatever that is, I just want you to allow you and your body to receive from that space. Just connect to the energy of everything that's in that space, everything around you, and allow it in. And more. See, what we're here to talk about today is receiving. And what is that actually? What is receiving really? A lot of us seem to think that receiving is the stuff that we get. It is what is given to us. So the things that we call receiving are money or their jobs or their people or their opportunities or they are apartments or cars. It's all the things that we think we don't have, that we lack, that we're trying to add and introduce into our life. But what if receiving was actually so much greater? See, what I would love to change for us all today here, folks, is the idea that we all seem to have bought so dynamically that everything that you receive is going to inevitably cost you. You seem to have bought, along with everybody else, that you have to be careful what you receive because eventually there's going to be a price tag attached. So you won't have just receiving and the gift of what receiving is, because instead, we've bought this program of receiving being a transaction, of everything coming with a price tag. And when everything comes with a price tag, you constantly have to be calculating in your head if you can afford to receive what's coming to you. Now, when it comes to sex, you'll constantly be going, okay, well, I need to be careful how much I receive and how much admiration and how much lust I receive projected at me. Because if I receive it, what is that going to mean? What am I going to have to then do? Am I going to have to pay for that? Am I going to have to deliver on what's being directed at me? And the answer is no. See, what I would love all of us to get here today, folks, is that receiving, whatever you're willing to receive, is actually a gift. It's not just a gift to you, but it's a gift to the entire universe. See, as you are here now, barriers down, reaching out across the universe and allowing energy into your life, I want you to I want you to really perceive that if you're doing that and I'm doing that and everybody else here is doing that, that we are more in communion than you realize. So everything you allow in, everywhere you allow yourself to have more, to receive more, is actually a gift to everybody. See, the sad reality is with this idea that receiving has to cost us, that there's always a transaction rather than just receiving, you actually deprive every molecule of creation and every person out there that you're connected to, you deprive them of the joy it would create for you to just receive. So everywhere that you've bought that receiving's going to cost you, can we destroy and uncreate all that, please? Right and wrong, good and bad, pot and pock, all 100 shorts, boys, povads, bases, creations, and beyonds. So now, folks, what else? What else could you have and what else could you allow in if you knew that receiving was actually a gift rather than an expense? Notice how you can reach a little further after asking that question. How much further can you reach? How much more can you allow in? See, in your foundation manual, and I presume most of you here will have taken your Access the Foundation manual or class, and if not, boy, I cannot recommend it enough. If you could give yourself one gift this year, it would be that. Allow yourself the gift of the foundation class because one of the things it discusses in that class is that you, as an infinite being, you infinitely perceive, know, be, and receive. Receiving is not a part, it's not a part of what you do, it's a part of who you are. It is a part of you and your nature as a being. See, you are receiving. But instead of having that, instead of having the fullness of that gift, the allowance of letting every energy into your life and every possibility as a choice, you gatekeep and filter what you're willing to receive because you're constantly calculating, as I said before, what that receiving is going to cost you. So, instead of gatekeeping, instead of this program of the gates are closed because I don't want to receive that and I don't want to have to pay for that. And then occasionally you open those gates and let something in because you've decided it's going to be okay. What if letting every energy in as a possibility doesn't mean you have to choose it, but you'll still allow yourself the energy of it no matter what? Everything that doesn't allow that times a godzillion. Will you destroy and uncreate it, please? Right and wrong, good and bad, pot and pock, all 100 shorts, boys, povads, bases, creations, and beyonds. How many possibilities and how many energies have you said no to receiving? Because deep down, you don't want to give up what you think it's going to cost you. And sometimes that cost is actually just the conclusions you'd have to let go of and the judgments you'd have to let go of to explore a different possibility. Everything that is right and wrong, good and bad, pot and pock, all 100 shorts, boys, povads, bases, creations, and beyonds. So now, energetically, let's reach out a little bit further across the galaxy. And anything out there, any energy, any possibility, any awareness of possibility that you can perceive that could be a gift to you, that could be a nurturing of you, that could expand your awareness and your whole world to be greater, I'd like you to allow that in now and recognize with everything you're willing to receive, to pull in, to have, it's actually you. It's actually a part of you. See, we think receiving is opening the gates and letting in that which is foreign, letting in that which is outside of us so that we can have it. But if you're an infinite being, if we're all infinite beings, everything we're willing to receive and have and open the door to is actually a part of us that we're reclaiming. It's actually an energy that you already are that you had forced out of your awareness, that you had refused and said no to. So, what would you actually like to have as a possibility? What would you actually like to have as a part of you that you've been saying no to? That if you stopped, would give you back a part of you that you've been missing a long time. Everything that is, everything that brings up, and everything that doesn't allow that times a godzillion. Right and wrong, good and bad, pot and pock, all 100 shorts, boys, povads, bases, creations, and beyonds. So, sex. Just saying the word brings up a ton of different energies. It also brings up a lot of different judgments. Some of those judgments exciting, some of them disgusting, some of them validating, everything that is, and all the judgment that we've attached to sex that we don't have to receive the possibility of it. Will you destroy and uncreate it, please? Right and wrong, good and bad, pot and pock, all 100 shorts, boys, povads, bases, creations, and beyonds. See, what sex actually is kindness. It's generosity. It's a willingness to have more. What sex actually is feeding and nurturing you and healing you. But that's not what we see in this reality. What we see in this reality so often with sex is about proving, it's about validation, and it's not about kindness. Everywhere you're refusing sex as a possibility in your life, because no one's ever showed you that it's about kindness and generosity. Can we destroy and uncreate all that, please? Right and wrong, good and bad, pot and pock, all 100 shorts, boys, povads, bases, creations, and beyonds. See, I've been traveling the world now for almost 2 years doing these classes about sex, a specialty of Access called the truth of sex. And it is amazing to me what changes in people when they choose to receive more, have more, allow their life to expand by giving up their judgments of sex, by giving up what they have been told and educated sex is, to see it for what it truly is, a source of creation. Now, why is sex a source of creation? Because when you're truly having the fullness energetically of what sex actually is, it is receiving. Just as is money, just as is choice, just as is allowance, just as is awareness of possibilities. So, once again, drop those barriers even further and reach out even further across the universe and ask yourself, if I was truly being me, what could I receive? And how much more energy could I allow into my life that is me? Everything that is and everything that doesn't allow that times a godzillion will you destroy and uncreate it. Right and wrong, good and bad, pot and pock, all 100 shorts, boys, povads, basies, creations, and beyonds. Pull in more. As I said earlier, what if it wasn't about pulling in something outside of you, but welcoming back, welcoming home a part of you that you have refused and rejected? How relaxing is it to open the doors to having more of you to play with, to explore, to create with? And that's why sex is a creative energy. You get to have more of you. You get to have more possibilities, more energy, and more receiving to choose with and from. Everything that is. And everywhere you'd rather not talk about sex, everywhere you'd rather sex be a part of your life that you keep hidden away and only talk about it sometimes if you have to, if there's a problem. Can we destroy and uncreate all that, please? Right and wrong, good and bad, pot and pock, all 100 shorts, boys, povads, basies, creations, and beyonds. My friends, just 2 days ago, we finished a class called In the Beginning in Dubai, where a brave and dynamic group of Muslim women came together, and some men, to talk about sex. And we changed the world. We changed the world with what we're willing to be vulnerable to. And ultimately, that's what great sex and receiving truly are about, is being vulnerable. Now, being witness to that and facilitating that was humbling. Humbling to watch people open up to change and allowing their lives to be bigger. Multiple people in that class came to me after and said, "Thank you, thank you, thank you. You've saved my marriage and saved my life." Because judgment ultimately is what's killing relationships and killing bodies, aging us rapidly. For me, because sex is a source of receiving, every time I have great sex, which is pretty often these days, I make more money, I look and feel younger, and every aspect of my life gets easier. Sex is not the answer, and copulation and sex are very different things. But when you have those things as a part of your life and you stop actively fighting them and refusing them, everything gets easier. Everywhere you've been actively fighting and refusing, your life being easy. Can we destroy and uncreate all that, please? Right and wrong, good and bad, pot and pock, all 100 shorts, boys, povads, bases, creations, and beyonds. Now, in about 10 days' time, we're doing it again. We're doing that same class again, but this time in Italy. And we're doing the beginning and in the middle. 6 days of sex, 6 days of receiving, 6 days of having more of you, a bigger life. For those of you that are willing, for those of you that desire something more for your life, I highly suggest you come along. Because as I say, these classes are changing the world and not just in the bedroom, your whole life. So, with that, my friends, I'm going to say thank you and we will see you later. For those who would like more information and want to come along to the class starting on December 5th in Sicily, please reach out to some of our hosts or find it on the Axis website or on my website. I would love to see you there. Thank you all.